Your view on the trading activity at this stage of the game?
Thanks, Alicia. I think right now the market is still trading sideways. Like you rightly mentioned, yesterday the market traded slightly flat, and we think the rescued banks are still under a bit of pressure. Having said that, we saw some demand in some of the stocks like Wema Bank and Union Bank, and we think those were strategic decisions by some investors.
Of course, we had those numbers coming out of Spring Bank, and taking a closer look at them, I mean, we've had top line seeing growth, but not filtering through to the bottom line just yet. Your overall impressions of the numbers there?
Spring Bank's numbers, I mean, were decent, but there's still a lot of challenges that need to be overcome, especially with the fact that they are yet to actually get any particularly good suitors within the recapitalization exercise of the bank.
Do you see any potential players coming to the fore? Because, of course, a lot of emphasis now being placed on these recapitalization plans ahead of that September 30th deadline.
The one that appears to be on track right now is the Platinum PHP acquisition by Abbey Bank. We read in the papers during the week that the court actually threw out the case of the shareholders that were protesting the sales of the company, of the bank. So I think the coast is clear now for negotiations to continue, and perhaps Abbey Bank and Platinum Abbey Bank may be the first bank to actually be recapitalized or be bought over by a strategic investor.
Of course, while we've got a lot of uncertainty, unfolding within the banking space, we've got this happening in a context where the political arena doesn't seem as stable just yet. I mean, we've got the naming of Nigeria's new cabinet expected to take several more weeks. Just how much more uncertainty does that add? How much of a risk premium does this place on the markets right now?
I think it places a lot of risk on the market right now, because investors were actually waiting to see the nature of the cabinet of the new president. I mean, we've had inauguration since the 29th of May. Until now, we don't even have a single minister. So it's actually not boding well for the country right now. We will have thought that the National Assembly will actually make it a priority. The president will have made it a priority to appoint capable ministers, especially the ones that will be involved with the economy of the country. But unfortunately, that's not what we are seeing. The National Assembly is meant to be on recess for a few weeks now, and that means we may not get new ministers until July. That's not very good for the country right now. Of
course, especially where we've got a whole lot of reforms currently underway, and that placing investors in a pretty nervous spot. Let's hone in on a company that's caught your attention, Dangote Cement, absorbing its international operations in Africa. What have you made of that news?
Absorbing its operations in about 13 countries in Africa is actually very, very good news. It's going to allow Dangote Cement to be able to share the economies of scale across the whole continent. It's going to allow the company to scale up the of some of its production in some of its construction processes in a few of the African countries where it's currently trying to jumpstart its production capabilities. We're also aware that Ibeche plant of Dangote Cement is about to be concluded, and they'll be joining the production stream of Dangote Cement very, very soon, this quarter or early next quarter. So it's boding well for the company, and we think, the future is just bright for Dangote Cement and the cement industry in Nigeria generally.